Human beings are inherently social creatures. As far back as we can trace, humans have traveled, hunted, and thrived in social groups. The more civilized we became, with larger cities, more exotic trade routes, the more we've had to rely on each other. Yeah, this is great. But I can't neglect to mention that this also sparks opportunities for various kinds of illness to spread.
Let's talk about life under lockdown and how the world is closing borders and canceling events to stop the spread of this coronavirus.
In December 2019, the World Health Organization in China heard the first reports of a previously unknown virus behind a number of pneumonia cases in the city of Wuhan. What started off as something that was rather downplayed, and of course the subject of many memes, has now turned into a global pandemic that has changed people's livelihoods almost overnight. As you would have seen in the title, I'm talking about coronavirus, aka COVID-19. This is a virus that is known to infect humans and animals. And in humans, it causes respiratory illness that ranges from common colds to much more severe infections. What makes it so dangerous is the fact that it's a new pathogen which spreads so easily. Plus, it's fucking difficult to identify because you need clinical testing for it. But hey, I'm not a doctor, and we didn't make this video to tell you what you may already know. This channel is about music, and we came here to talk about the state of music currently. Governments across the world have made various decisions to limit the outbreak of COVID-19, and these decisions have had catastrophic consequences in almost every industry, including South Africa's music and entertainment industry. In this video, we look at how the arrival of COVID-19 has actually had an impact on our industry. If this is your first time watching, please subscribe, like, and share if you're into what we do. You know what? Let's get into it. Let's be honest, a lot of us at first were not taking this too seriously. Until, one by one, almost like dominoes, we witnessed pivotal events and festivals fall into postponement or even cancellation. On the 15th of March, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa addressed the nation regarding the pandemic and the measures that will be implemented to slow down the outbreak. This included the prohibition of events over 100 people, and we were told that South Africans should abstain from traveling to high-risk countries. There's even a list of countries the government has under a travel ban. A new regulation was announced which stated that bars, clubs, and taverns would close at 6 p.m. Yes, 6 p.m. Starting with musicians, this shit has hit the fan as they have lost so much jobs, not just in nightlife, but also in weddings, corporate gigs, cruise lines, and also, of course, festivals. It's one thing where people are encouraged to stay at home and limit social gatherings, but it's a different beast when you literally don't have a place to play. Generally, artists spend lots of money on marketing to ensure they sell as many tickets as possible for their shows. These performances and the merchandise sold at their shows is typically the artist's primary source of income. Cancellations have also meant the end of any potential tour. And if any shows are planned to support an album or an EP, that could feel like a wasted opportunity at best, and a sunken cost at worst. Johannesburg-based electronic producer Carlin Spokes recently dropped a project on Bandcamp in order to raise funds. The closure of venues and tours globally has meant the artist losing out on a 6-month salary. A band called Barbenico actually had marvelous plans to relocate to Berlin. But given the circumstances, everything has basically changed for them. Everybody's health is important, and so no one is opposing these shutdowns. But nonetheless, there's a grave concern that not only are there financial implications for individuals, institutions will also be struggling, having lost ticket revenues and income from touring. In the case of agents and bookers, they were losing out on commissions that they could have been receiving from their artists. All these cancellations have had a major knock-on effects on DJs, photographers, bar companies, AV, security, and so many other people that work tirelessly behind the scenes to make sure that these events happen. When it comes to venues, there are fears that many clubs and music venues won't be around long enough to see performers return to stage. Mercury Live, a live music venue based in Cape Town, has already confirmed its closure. The venue has been a vital part of the city's music scene for a good 20 years. Moment of silence for Mercury. Venues are facing massive liquor license bills plus other expenses, and this is all happening at a time where their profits are dwindling by virtue of the changed times, and people just aren't going out that much. If they forfeit their liquor license, it'll be very tough for them to get a new one. And if they do, it'll be very hard to get one with the same conditions. Festivals hosted in outer city venues generally come with a positive economic impact on the local communities. In short, the knock on the entertainment industry is one that impacts people in other industries, and this includes the informal sector. There's already a finite amount of venues in the country that actually cater for live music. All we can do is hope that when this all blows over, that they are still there. But it is not all doom and gloom. Whether it's in a small way or a big way, there's always a way to basically turn disaster into triumph. During my research, I found some articles and videos that could help artists get through this, plus an article from South African publication Texx and The City that explains how we can help our local scene. You'll find all these links in the description below. And yeah, please drop us a comment. We would love to hear your thoughts on the matter. And if you have any other ways that we can help the local scene, please also mention that too. It's Lou here from Unscene, providing you with more information about our beloved music scene. Peace.